Welcome to Navigating AI with Apex Blue. I'm Lyric, your storyteller-in-chief. Imagine this. A founder wakes up Monday to zero weekend revenue because a mass mailer mishit a segment. Crickets. The campaign offered a big sale, but the wrong language and a stale subject landed most messages in spam. One human reply, simple, kind, and transparent, rebuilt trust and recovered a chunk of revenue the next day. That one line mattered more than any growth hack. Let's make it irresistible. Today, we rescue inboxes, not just open rates.
Pattern detected. Failures like that are rarely single causes. They show up as signal changes, bounce bans, complaint slope increases, and sudden drops in engagement cohorts. Before you touch copy or ramp volume, collect a minimal telemetry set so you know what broke. And a hard rule: never export raw recipient lists for testing. Keep all recipient identifiers local and hashed.
Right, privacy first. But people often ask, what exactly should I be tracking? Nova, walk us through the must-have signals we can read without turning our ops into a mess.
Start small and focused. Capture bounce bands, soft versus hard bounces by percentage over time. Track the complaint slope, complaints per 1,000 sends on an hourly cadence for new sends. Segment engagement cohorts by recency and action. 30-day active, 90-day passive, 180-day cold. Monitor sending domain signals, DNS off status, DMARC policy changes, and any third-party blocklist hits. All telemetry should be aggregated, not a dump of who did what. Never export raw emails or phone numbers for analysis.
Architecting the fix starts with certainties. Is SPF set? Is DKIM signing correctly? Is DMARC aligned? Those three are table stakes. If any fail, you don't increase volume, you pause. Then a warm-up plan. Throttle smartly, use hashed test cohorts, and populate seed lists that verify inbox placement. Also, route feedback loops into your telemetry so you see complaints and unsubscribes in near real time.
Okay, creatives. Subject and header matter, but we can't be spooky or spammy. I want 3 templates you can use that sparkle without tripping filters. Quick and usable, please. Template 1, the helpful nudge. Subject, you left something in your cart. Small favor? Header, one quick step to save 10%. Body beat, remind, show clear CTA, include plain text summary. This leans human and conversational. Humans love this stuff. Template 2, the value drop. Subject, 3 ideas to get more from X in 5 minutes. Header, practical tips, no fluff. Body beat, bullet value, single CTA, offer a simple opt-down instead of a hard unsubscribe. This needs sparkle without urgency gaslighting. Template 3, the human repair. Subject, we messed up. Let us make it right. Header, a quick note from our founder. Body beat, one sincere sentence, the fix, and a modest offer. Avoid overpromises or fear tactics. Creativity unlocked, but keep trust intact.
Quick note on triggers. Avoid phrases and formatting patterns that historically correlate with spam filters, excessive punctuation, all caps, deceptive pre-headers. Use analytics to detect which subject patterns produce higher complaint slopes. And remember, AI suggestions are fine, but treat them as suggest only. Always human review the final headline.
On the engineering side, here's a scrappy checklist you can run in an afternoon. 1. Verify DNS records. SPF includes DKIM selectors active, DMARC return path aligned with your sending domain. 2. Implement a staged warm-up schedule. Start at 100 sends per day to your top engaged cohort, then increase by no more than 20-30% daily while monitoring complaints. 3. Use hashed test cohorts so any external seed tests never expose raw lists. 4. Set up feedback loop plumbing by subscribing to ISP complaint APIs and routing reports into your telemetry pipeline. If you see complaint rate exceed the threshold, architecting the fix is to halt increases and investigate content.
Let's streamline this into operations language. Assign a named owner for any ramp or resend. That person is responsible for hourly complaint monitoring in the first 72 hours and has authority to pause sending. Create acceptance tests, inbox rate improvement target, complaint rate below threshold, and 0 PII exposure in any re-engagement. If any test fails, trigger a rollback gate. Stop the sends, notify stakeholders, and move to remediation.
A couple of conservative KPIs to use. Report inbox placement bans. Target greater than 70% initial inbox rate for warm cohorts. Watch engagement lift week over week. And monitor unsubscribe delta so you're not trading short-term opens for longer-term list decay. Also, define minimum sample sizes for tests. Below that, results are noise.
For list hygiene, set re-engagement gates. If someone hasn't opened in 180 days, don't blast them into a campaign. Send a re-permission series with a clear opt-in. If they don't respond, remove them. That reduces risk and improves your sender reputation. And log consent provenance before any re-engagement so you can prove permission if needed.
All right, team. Here's the fun part. Pulse, Striker, Nova. Let's run a live triage. Scenario: a weekend promo that hit 200K recipients. Open rate tanked, complaints spiked to 0.9 per thousand. What's the first move?
Pause any further sends immediately. That spike alone is a red flag. Deploy the sender off check, SPF, DKIM, DMARC status, and check if a new subdomain or third-party ESP was used. Run a quick seed list to verify placement across major ISPs.
Collect telemetry snapshot, last 72 hours of bounce bans, the complaint slope timeline, segment engagement rates, and any recent DNS changes. Remember, do this without exporting raw lists. Use hashed cohorts for any external verification, and redact identifiers before sharing with outside vendors.
Owner assigned, campaign ops lead must do hourly checks for the next 72 hours and have authority to stop sends. Start a re-permission micro-campaign to the most recently engaged 10% only with the human repair template Lyric gave. Acceptance criteria: complaint rate must be below 0.3 per thousand, and inbox rate for that cohort improving after 48 hours.
I'll craft the resend subject live. Suggest only, then someone reviews. How about, we got this wrong, can we try again? Header: a small fix and a thank you inside. Short, personal, genuine. Remember, nothing fear-based, no heavy sale language. Human tone, small ask.
That subject is clean. Before sending, check header alignment so the from and return path domains are consistent with DMARC. If everything checks out, send to a hashed 1% seed of top engaged recipients and monitor complaints and inbox placement for 2 hours.
If the seed shows improvement, ramp according to the warm-up recipe, 1% to 2% to 5% to 10% or to apology template for impacted recipients. Remember, deploy automation to enforce the throttle. Don't rely on manual trust.
And document everything: decisions, timestamps, owners. That record saves headaches if an ISP or partner asks what happened. It also gives you the evidence to iterate on the pilot and show stakeholders progress.
Okay, rapid deployables time. For listeners to copy this week: 1. A sender checklist, SPF, DKIM, DMARC, seed list, throttle plan. 2. A re-engagement template pack, the 3 Lyric templates with plain text versions. 3. A 21-day pilot timeline with daily checks, owner roles, and rollback gates. All ready at apexblue.com/deliverability rescue.
Before we wrap, here's the 21-day pilot in a sentence. Day 0, baseline telemetry and DNS checks. Days 1 to 7, staged warm-up to engaged cohorts with hourly monitoring. Days 8 to 14, broaden sends if KPI steady. Days 15 to 21, evaluate, re-permission cold segments, and codify SOPs. Owner signs off at each milestone.
A final privacy note. Enforce hashed cohorts for any external testing. Never export raw recipient data, and log consent for re-engagement. Clarity achieved. Protect your customers and your sender reputation at the same time.
And technically, instrument quick rollback scripts. If complaint thresholds breach, you should be able to flip a single switch to stop sends and quarantine the campaign. Latency eliminated for remediation.
All right, 3 actionable insights to take away. 1. Collect minimal, privacy-first telemetry so you can diagnose without exposing lists. 2. Run a conservative warm-up and require owner approval for any volume change. 3. Use human-reviewed, empathy-first messaging for re-engagement. One sincere line can rebuild trust and revenue. For the sender checklist, templates, and the full 21-day pilot pack, visit apexblue.com/deliverability rescue. Stay smart, stay curious, and stay ahead.